what's up guys, this is Haterade, and today we're going to bring you some general shooting tips. You should already know the fundamentals of taking down your enemy, so here are some other things to consider when engaging targets. First, don't sprint everywhere. Sprinting is very useful when you need to go somewhere quickly, but you need to be very smart about when and when not to sprint. When sprinting, you can't defend yourself, and by the time you see a threat, stop, pull up your weapon, acquire your target, and fire. You're usually already dead. So only sprint when you're trying to get behind cover, are in a relatively secure area behind your lines, and never sprint around corners in high traffic or contested areas. Also, if an enemy pops up out of nowhere, try to jump to stop the sprint animation, and also to throw his aim off, then hit fire at the target. You usually won't have the time to stop, ADS, and then engage your target. Secondly, make sure you don't look down when you sprint. A lot of guys drop their head when they sprint. This feels natural because this is often what you do in real life. But in Battlefield, you don't need to worry about tripping over rocks or anything. Sprint with your aim point at upper chest level so you can quickly engage targets when they appear out of nowhere. Also, don't get in losing battles. If at all possible, don't get in a shooting match with someone behind cover when you're exposed. You're forcing yourself to make the great shot while he needs to only make the good shot. Similarly, take cover and let suppression dissipate before engaging a target while suppressed. If you keep getting dropped by the same guy, don't run back to where you just got shot. He will still be there and you'll get killed all over again. Sometimes it's better to avoid entrenched positions. Try to find a better angle on him or shore up a weak spot in your defensive line instead. Also, make sure to do what you do best. Some people are great behind lines with a scope. Their one-shot accuracy is great. Me, not so much. I'm much better with an RDS on an assault rifle, and mixing it up in close to medium range engagements. Play to your strengths. Also, play to your kit's strengths. Carbines are best in close engagements when on the move. Assault rifles are the most balanced primary weapons, but they shine at medium range. LMGs are good for putting a lot of lead down range. Sniper rifles are best with long range, accurate shots. Don't try to out-snipe a sniper, and don't try to out-auto an LMG. When flanking an enemy, keep your fire disciplined and try to take precision shots. When they get behind an enemy, many people will just start spraying at everything they see. You shouldn't do this because you want as few of the enemies knowing you're there as possible. When flanking, you are by definition outnumbered and cut off from your main attack force. You're by yourself. When you take on enemies one by one, there's a better chance you'll be able to take out multiple guys before you're killed. Shooting someone gets their attention, and you don't want to shoot at two people at once unless they both turn around and shoot at you. Target selection is also key. Take out anyone standing or moving, especially assaults and engineers first. These are the guys that will see you. Leave the guys who are scoped in on a bipod or laying prone for last. These are the guys who will react to you the slowest, so they are the lowest target priority because they threaten you the least. Recons are generally the lowest priority because often they're scoped in, lying, or on a bipod. Also, their CQC weapons generally a pistol. So a lot of times they'll mop up and kill you, but they're not your primary threat. The guy who really killed you was the guy who got the first few shots off, which is generally an assault or engineer. The last tip I'm going to give you is about suppression. When working with a well-oiled team and squad, suppressive fire can be used to great effect. In Battlefield 3, suppression does two things for you. It blurs the enemy's screen and makes him less accurate. Because of this, people often take cover when under suppressive fire. If you have a friendly moving up, go ahead and shoot a burst in the general vicinity of enemy troops. That way he has an easier time getting where he needs to go. This works especially well in bounding movements. Another good time to throw suppressive fire at an enemy is to cover a revive. Help your medic out by keeping enemies' heads down when he exposes himself for a revive. Suppressive fire will also help ensure that the guy being revived is able to get off the ground before being shot. When using suppressive fire, don't dump your mag and go full auto. Keep your discipline and shoot 5 to 7 round bursts. Give a burst, pause, and then give another burst if necessary. This allows you to conserve ammo and to keep your enemy pinned down longer. After all, if suppressive fire is going to work at all, the enemy is more or less immediately going to drop his head. If you're dropping a hammer, most of those rounds will go over his head and you'll really be suppressing the air. Alright, that's it for this set of general tips. I hope you learned something, and again, I'll see you on the battlefield.